Happy Friday, everyone. And it is a beautiful Friday here in downtown Jackson, Ohio. Hi, Keith. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome back. It's good to have you here.
Thanks for having me back. I
Well,
appreciate
of course, our friend Keith Mullins here from Crosspoint Church. Just to make sure I got that right. And we're going to be talking about something special that you have going on tomorrow, right?
Yes. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we will be giving away winter coats, gloves, and hats to anyone that needs them. We have sizes from children through adult. And also, these are not worn-out, holy coats. The vast majority of them are new, and a few slightly used or gently used. So.
Well, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, we are going to find out all the details about that and talk with Keith a little bit more about what's going on at the church and some of the other activities they have going on as well. But first, we have a message, and then we'll be right back.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
All right, and we are back with Keith Mullins from Crosspoint Church, and you do have this special coat giveaway going on tomorrow, and it's you all have done such amazing work, and I think you were here. When was that? We were talking about school supplies.
It was sometime in August.
Yeah, absolutely, and you did a kind of a drive for that, and then gave away school supplies. So now we're moving on to winter coats, but Keith, I hate to tell you this. You do know that it's going to be 90 degrees on Saturday.
I'm assuming we're going to have a winter eventually.
I mean, I'm not complaining because I don't like cold weather, but it just kind of seems very the irony of giving away coats on a day when it's going to be 90 degrees is quite high. But that's okay because your heart is in the right place.
Yeah, we're just trying to plan ahead.
There you go.
Which you do for everything, really. In our house, we're like doing everything about a month or two before it's time to do it. So from gardening to whatever we get into. So
there you go.
Always a jump ahead.
There you go. And you have to be. Well, here is what is 100% a given is that you will need a winter coat sometime soon.
In this area.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It may be 90 one day and 9 the next. You never know.
Yeah. I remember one winter, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, it was really bad cold streak. And so I was at work, and I walked out of our trailer. It's a construction site, so I go down to a building, do some things, and I walk back. When I walk in the office, I'm like, it's nice outside today. Sun's shining, warm. And somebody looked at me and goes, you realize it's 8 degrees outside? And I'm like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, we get winter here.
Definitely. You are not kidding. And I'll tell you what we could do away with is the winter that we had last year. So,
yes.
14 inches of snow at my house for a month was not, fun. It ceases to be fun after about day one.
Yeah, it's pretty the first day, but then when it gets all dirty and nasty.
Yeah, you just got to deal with it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, so let's go into a little bit of the details about your coat giveaway tomorrow. How did this come to be?
Okay, once again, if you remember in August, we have a lady at our church. Her name is Billy Halterman, and she is the most giving person I've ever met in my life. She has worked 2 jobs her entire life and gives away more than she keeps. So she kind of spearheads our giveaways. And,
okay.
So
thank you.
Yeah, and that has rubbed off on some of our younger couples. And so now they are getting very involved. Billy's not going to be able to make it tomorrow, but we've got enough people to have it covered.
Good deal.
And so it's kind of the spearhead of what it is. And as a church, it just gives us an opportunity to make an impact in the community. And that's very important to us that we're able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there is such a need for coats and, like you said, gloves, all the things, nice socks, stuff like that. When it finally does get cold, that you don't realize if you don't have a coat, how much difference that makes.
Right, it does. And, our theory, we don't do any income checks. We don't have you sign up anything. You can remain totally anonymous if you wish to. But our ideal behind the whole thing is, will there be, if there's someone who would absolutely not have a coat in the wintertime, whether we gave them, if we didn't give them this, if we just impact that one person, it's worth the effort, we figure. So, like I said, it's just an opportunity to make an impact.
It is amazing. Like, I remember there was a girl that started working for us at one time, and I just noticed, I was like, she had just started, and I didn't really know a lot about her, but I was like, why does she never have a coat? So I asked her one day, and she said, oh, I don't have one. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
This is what? Yeah. So we made that happen real fast because I'm like, that is ridiculous. No, not okay.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't like giveaways, and I understand why they don't. Some people are like, well, there's people who come that don't deserve it or don't need it.
You know what?
That's
have to
the wrong
look.
attitude.
Yes, it is the wrong attitude. You have to look at it, the big picture, and if there's 10 people that take one that don't need it and one person that does take one that does need it, then it's okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And don't take this as we're saying don't come if you don't need it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have opened that door. But yeah, come.
No, I get what you're saying.
Come get the coats. But yeah, if we can reach somebody.
Absolutely. And so how does this logistically work? You just, you said 1 o'clock tomorrow?
1 o'clock till 3 o'clock. And literally you just show up and shop, look through the coats, see one you like, you take it. That's it.
That's
it. Simple.
That's pretty easy.
My brain is simple, so I keep things simple. We say our church is a simple church. We're not going to confuse people. We like to keep it short. We like to keep it simple. Like to make it plain. That's how Jesus did it. It worked for him. So
hey, don't reinvent that wheel, huh?
Right.
Well, let's talk about where Crosspoint Church is.
Okay, we are at 168 Morton Street. I like to tell people it's the old Kawasaki building.
Yeah, the old John's Kawasaki building.
If you're not as old as I am, that means nothing to you.
I know. I remember that.
Yeah. My brother, he always likes to give instructions like that. Like, go down to where the tree used to be that they cut down and...
That's so Appalachia for you.
It is.
Like, that mossy rock that we used to play on when we were kids? Turn right there and then... Yeah, no, I get it. So the old John's Kawasaki, or if you're headed out, Morton Street from Jackson toward the highway, will be on your right-hand side.
Yes.
Big building, you can't miss it.
The very last building in the city limits.
Oh. Well, there. Now you know.
Yeah.
Fun fact of the day.
I did not know that before we moved there. So.
Well, very good. And tell everybody a little bit about the church while you're here. I'll give you some plugs.
Okay. We like to say we have a real church to make a real impact in our community. We live real life, and so we've got a real church to match it. And so we got real people. And it's a fascinating church in the fact that no one is like judgmental of newcomers. The one thing we always hear when newcomers come in is that they feel comfortable there. And
isn't that the most important?
Well, it is if it's done right. We don't want people to come in that are in search of Christ or in search of something, and we want them to feel comfortable, but then at the same time we want them to be seeking and looking. Mm-hmm. And we're trying to give people an opportunity to belong, for their families to belong in a community.
Sure.
To unload the stresses of this life and find answers. God's really moving with young generation today. I don't know what you call it, Gen Z or Gen whatever.
Whichever one they are.
Whichever letter of the alphabet.
The youngins.
Yeah, but people in their 20s and 30s, we're seeing a lot of movement there with
Really?
people. They're seeing it, especially since the events of the last couple of weeks. Getting a lot of questions about things, and God seems to be opening the eyes of these young people. I don't know if you're familiar with the Ohio State football team. They've had a huge revival the last couple of years to where they're out on the campus, the players are, they're giving out Bibles, baptizing people. And
Are they allowed to do that?
yeah, I know. It's amazing, isn't it? They might offend someone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But
That's interesting. I didn't know that fact.
yeah, and it's not just their campus. It's all over. A lot of ball players, a lot of just young people in general. It's kind of, they're looking for a purpose for their life. Mm-hmm. Why are we here? Why are we even doing this? And so we like to give that to people. Let them find a purpose. Let them find a community. Let them find what they're looking for, because we believe that you're made with a part of you inside that is searching. I don't know if you're familiar with it or not to get too preachy, but every...
hey, go for it.
Yeah.
We have time.
Yeah, every civilization that's been discovered, like, in Papua New Guinea or wherever they find tribes of people or groups of people, those people worship. And so it's part of us as a human to have that questioning, what is there out there?
Sure.
And so we like to provide that answer.
Very good. And it's not a simple answer, is it?
It can be complicated, but that's my job, to communicate it in a simple fashion. So
That is true. You are correct. So without getting individually specific, but you're saying that the younger generation is moving toward the church and looking for answers. What are the questions that they're trying to answer? What are you seeing within the youth? What are their concerns?
okay, it really comes down to what's my purpose in life.
Okay.
And from there, it branches into different things like what can I do to help my community? What can I do to make the world a better place? Why is there such chaos? Is there, these kind of questions, just real life questions. Sometimes it's simple as, how do I raise my kids? How do I pay the bills? How do I do things the way I should do them for my family? Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of concerns in that, and I see a lot of it. They come, and it varies for different people, different places, but those are some of the things that I hear more than once.
And I guess that's very fair to ask all of these questions, and I guess it's not good that people have all these concerns, but it's good that they have a place to go to ask the questions and maybe find some answers within themselves with your help, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not a psychologist by any means, but I'm a nerd. But we won't go there. But anyways, one of the things we see a lot of are people who. So when you come out of school, you've got goals set. I want to start a business. I want to get a good job doing this and stuff. And so often, when we accomplish those goals, we're left empty. So we're like, okay, I did what I planned to do. What now? Because this doesn't satisfy. There's still more somewhere. And so.
I've always looked at that. I often use Britney Spears as an example, mm-hmm. and you're like, what are you talking about? Britney Spears, I think, was pimped out as a young child, for lack of better words.
That's a good choice.
Probably didn't have the best guidance, maybe not the best people surrounding her, but made all the money in the world. Had everything that you could ever want as a 14, 16-year-old girl. Where do you go from there?
Right.
And people made fun of her, and she basically lost her mind. And I think back about how depressing that would be to be that young and to be on top of the world, and you don't have anywhere else to go but down. So that goes back to what you were saying is, you achieve your goals, then what?
Yeah.
You're like, uh-oh.
Exactly. There's still something missing. There's something that doesn't satisfy. This is what I thought. once again, without getting too preachy, Solomon wrote a whole book on that very thing.
Oh, really?
He had everything he wanted. It's the book of Ecclesiastes. It's in the Old Testament. And he was the richest man in the world, the most powerful man in the world, had everything his heart could desire. And he tried all kinds of things. And he ended up saying, it's all vanity. It doesn't satisfy. It gives you a temporary joy, a temporary happiness, but it doesn't give you real joy. The joy is what stays with you, even when the doctor tells you you have cancer, even when something bad happens in your life. If you've got that joy, if you've got a real joy, you can still find peace. So,
And you just have to find that somewhere.
yeah,
And, you know, we're all different. So that joy is different in every single one of us, right?
right.
You just have to find it or
Sure.
hope you find it.
Yeah. If you're looking for it, come see us.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
our kind of come and see is a big thing for our church. We use that phrase a lot. And it comes from the Bible, Book of John, but come and see. That's what Jesus asked his followers to do. He would just say, come, follow me, come and see. Come and see what God's got.
Yeah.
You might be surprised. Church isn't what you think it is.
You know, and you're right. And there are, you know, let's just be honest, a bazillion churches out there in today's world. And you may go to one and say, I don't mesh well with this, the avenue that this is going down. But that doesn't mean that all churches you won't mesh
Right.
well.
Yeah,
with. So you have to find where you feel like you belong.
There's so many different, and you know, I don't want to compete with other churches because each church has its own way of doing things.
Sure.
Which I'm totally fine with. If you're more an old traditional church and everybody's wearing suit and ties and all that, that's great. That's fantastic, as long as the gospel's being preached. On the other hand, you've got the charismatic, non-denominational with the lights off and the band up front and doing all that. That's fine with me too.
Sure.
You worship over how you worship. We're somewhere in the middle of all that.
Okay.
So we get a lot of couples where one likes one way and one likes another, and they kind of fit in and they like what we've got.
Yeah, the happy medium in there, huh?
Yeah, we've got, that's what I say, we got everything. Sometimes you'll see a suit at church. Other times you might see somebody in shorts. So
Come as you are.
that's right.
No judgment, right?
Yep. Come, wear what you wear. There'll probably be someone else there dressed similar.
And you may wear your coat, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's cold inside, we'll wear our coats.
So are there any other things you have going on coming up besides the coat drive tomorrow there at the church that you wanted to let people know about?
Wow. That's a great question because there's always stuff in my mind going on. December's coming sooner than we think. And,
I was thinking about Thanksgiving. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're going to blink and Thanksgiving's going to be here.
absolutely. But so Christmas around the corner. I'm working on some things, Christmas at Crosspoint, to try to make the whole month of December where the messages are kind of geared towards explaining what Christmas is and why Christmas is important.
Love that.
And so instead of trying to dump it all out on Christmas Day, I want to kind of build up to it, promote that Christmas at Crosspoint.
That's great.
Yeah, then Easter in the springtime, we do egg hunts with the kids and, try to make a fun day for them. And then it's back around to school supplies and winter coats. And hopefully a few more things will
Yeah.
pop in there. Like I said, I know I've got at least 12 items on a list of things I want to accomplish, so.
That's awesome. So if somebody has maybe like a new coat in their closet or that they're like, I thought or it doesn't fit right or whatever, would you accept a donation?
Sure. Just swing by Saturday if you want. Otherwise, you can contact me. Trying to think what's the best method for you to contact me. You can email me at keith.d.mullins@gmail.com. Once again, keith.d.mullins@gmail.com. You can message me on Facebook. You'll find Crosspoint Jackson on Facebook.
Okay.
And you can message us there. And we can make arrangements to meet up. That's actually one of the things we were talking about is that maybe opening it up more as a coat drive for people and let other people give.
Yeah.
Because when we give, we become part of something.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, that does feel good to give if you can. And again, there's a lot of people that are fortunate and some that aren't. And, if you can give, then do it.
Yeah, a preacher friend of mine back in the way back in the 1980s, he taught me that if you're depressed and you're down, bake a cake and take it to someone. It will lift you up. And I'm like, that's good.
It doesn't cost much, and
Right.
And hopefully your cake doesn't suck, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, you might find yourself depressed again.
Yeah, right. No one's eating my cake.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, that makes total sense. And it seems like it would be the opposite, right? Sitting around
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to do
bring
something for you.
Absolutely. That's the ideal. It's what we're made for.
Yeah, I love that. See, he's so wise.
My wife might disagree.
I don't know about that. So, okay, so coat drive tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, is that what you said?
From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock,
1 to 3.
168 Morton Street tomorrow. Come out there. Also swing by on a Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. You might like what you see.
And that's exactly right. And just show up.
Right.
And tell everybody about your services, about how long do they last, when are they exactly?
Okay, we start at 11 o'clock. We typically do prayer requests. We take out prayers. We pray for people. We have fellowship with one another. We'll have a few songs sang, and then the message. And we're in and out in about an hour.
Okay.
So we're a simple church. We try to keep it simple, try to keep the message. I know attention spans are small. So we live in a scrolling age.
Yep.
Because I find myself, if I have to read like 10 paragraphs in an article, I'm like, oh, they need to trim this down.
Yeah, no, and
So-
yeah, I think we all didn't used to be wired that way, but now we
Right.
are.
We are. And it's the culture. I mean, it's what we do. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just.
It just is
that's
what it is.
It is what it is.
Yep. No, and I agree with you, and that is just the way it is, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, well, very good. So, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers while you're here?
No, just thanks for the opportunity to have us here.
Oh, of course.
Thank the community for giving us the opportunity to make an impact and try to see if we can help some folks. So if you know someone that needs a coat, let them know. If you need one yourself, come and get it. Spread the word.
It's very simple. And if you are looking for a church, maybe you don't mesh well where you're at, or you haven't ever been before and you want to start or see what it's all about, stop by Crosspoint on 11 o'clock on Sundays.
Yeah. Do I have time for one more story?
Absolutely. You have plenty of time.
We were doing a ladies' banquet at Mother's Day. My wife always puts on, when she goes to mother-daughter banquet.
Yeah.
And one year, they actually asked me to be a servant. And so we had like 4 of the men. Usually men aren't allowed, but so we had 4 of the men come. And we served food and filled drinks and worked as a servant for the night, which was tremendously fun. But the thing that's really impacted me of it, the theme was seasons of life.
Okay.
And so they had one lady speak that was a new convert. They had a lady speak that was had kids in school that had been saved for a while. Mm-hmm. And then we had this older lady come that was very well respected in the area. And she spoke, and one of the things she said is that the day she got married, they were at a church in Oak Hill. The day they got married, her husband told her they were going to go to another church. And she was like, well, I love our church. Why would we go? And he said, I'm called to work, and they have workers here. The other church does not. And he went there, and I think he served at that church for 50 years. I mean, I don't know how long, long
Whoa.
time. And that always stuck in my head. If you're called to work, if you're out there, and you sing, God's got a calling on your life, you preach, you teach, whatever it is. If you're not using that, you need to find some place to use it, whether that be Crosspoint or somewhere else. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
But yeah, if God's called you to a work, you shouldn't be sitting in a pew and just consuming.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Love that. That's a great story.
I got a little bit of wisdom. Not much.
Oh, yes, you do. You be quiet.
Not much.
See, and he's funny on top of it.
You've not seen anything yet.
Love it, love it. Well, do you have any other stories for us while you're here?
No, not today.
Okay, we'll have to have you back then.
Oh, I would love to come back.
Okay,
So,
good deal. Well, Keith, thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you for what you're doing there at the church, this coat giveaway, school supplies. All of that is so much needed in our community, and we do appreciate that you recognize that need and are making it happen.
we're trying.
All right, good deal. Well, I'll tell you what. Cheryl's here, so we'll talk with Cheryl in just a moment, and then Pete Wilson will be in. But first, we have a message, and then we will be right back. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
All right, and we are back. Cheryl is here, and look at us.
We match. Well, sort of.
We're
like
opposites.
It's like opposite day. Remember opposite day in school? Did you do that? Where like you like wore the opposite clothes of somebody else, like a twin day, but the opposite.
But it was
of
like
twin
the
day?
opposite of
Yeah.
Twin Day.
Yeah.
We never did that. But we did do Twin Day.
Spirit
And,
days. Spirit days are crazy. Not like when we were in school, but like when my kids were in school, the whole like Spirit Day thing is crazy because like they'll send home a paper and like there's something like every day. Like I don't have enough things on my
Right,
plate.
as a parent, you've gotta come up with all the
let's throw together like a whole
costumes
bunch of other stuff. Crazy hair day and wear only purple day and it was insane.
No, I know. It's like Halloween stresses me out. I know Halloween is not supposed to stress people out, but this whole I'm not creative and having to come up with a costume is like very stressful.
Yeah. Well, and I don't like spooky, scary stuff. Remember last year with the clown
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
I'm not big on the spooky, scary stuff. And once again, do you remember like when we were little, there were those plastic like cape things with the plastic
The
mask that you
masks.
couldn't like breathe or see out
Yeah,
of?
and they had to stop making them because if you got near an open flame, they melted on your skin and like burnt you.
Oh yeah.
Your skin off your body.
But life was easy. I mean, it wasn't easy, but you went
yes.
to the store and you just there was
You're
like a
like,
whole aisle of them, and
yes.
you picked the one you wanted. Everybody wore like
and they
basically
weren't
the same
super
thing.
expensive.
No, they were cheap. They were designed to be like disposable.
Yes.
Which is why you can't find them. They're actually worth a lot of money now. Like if you find them like at flea markets and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because they're vintage, but they weren't designed to last a long time. So if people have them. I mean, they literally, you threw them away. I mean, they were just like garbage afterwards. I mean, it was totally
Fun
consumable.
story about that. This is little kids for you, and I know that my mother wanted to kill me. So do you remember when the movie E.T. came out?
Yes.
And it was just like ginormous.
Phone
Yeah,
home,
the thing. So yes, my mom found a pattern for this ET costume. So she had somebody make me this. I mean, it was like killer ET costume. I mean, it had the shoe covers, the red finger, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, you have to find a picture.
I don't know that there is one.
You have to find a picture.
Custom ET costume. It was gorgeous. And I threw a fit and did not want to wear it because all the other kids were wearing the plastic things with the plastic mask and the whatever, and I was different, and I didn't want I didn't want it. And I can only imagine what she paid somebody to make that whole
So
thing.
did you end up wearing it?
At
all?
Yes,
Okay.
but it was like I was devastated that I had to wear it. Isn't that crazy? Thinking back now, like what a little snot.
But
it was just because I was different.
I could totally see it. Not because of you, just because of kids in general.
Yeah, because it was like different than what other kids
Yeah.
were wearing, and I just wanted to be like, the plastic thing.
I don't even know if my granddaughter's decided what she's going to be for Halloween. She was Wednesday last year.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, and she has the whole kind of sassy RBF type of face mood thing going anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So every picture of her, she's like, yeah. So, I mean, she was, I want to say it was in character, but it was just
her.
in character for Sienna. It was just Sienna. There isn't a single picture of her like smiling or anything. No, she was fully in Wednesday character.
Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Love it.
I can't really see her going as Enid. But do you watch Wednesday? Do you watch Wednesday?
I don't. I've never. I mean, I know Wednesday, but I had never watched it.
It's actually a pretty good show. We just
Is it?
finished season 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good show. Yeah, not bad. Not overly spooky, weird.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So, what are some other things you've been like that you've watched lately, Adrian? Do you watch TV at all? Like, do you watch series? You probably watch nerdy series, don't you? Yeah.
Well, we are watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe for like the 5th time.
Okay.
But this time we're watching it in chronological order, not cinematic order, and including the TV shows, which I've never done before. So, I mean, this is going to take like 5 years of our life.
Right.
So we're on Iron Fist right now, which I had never watched.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of Iron Fist. And it was a TV show. So that's where we're at right now. And I never watched The Office. Like, when it was out, I never watched The Office. So now I'm like binge watching The Office.
Season of it and then never got into it. But I think that it would be a fun one to go back and try to watch.
Because pop culture says it's like, important. It's like, so many people love it. It's like everywhere.
Yes,
and I'm
it's like
watching it and I'm on
Friends.
season 2 and I'm like, I'm not sure I get this.
Yeah, I think there's
I haven't
series
given
like
up yet.
that.
I haven't given up yet, but
I do think that there are series like that everybody's been talking about this Black Rabbit thing, so we watched the whole thing.
Oh, I don't
and
know
when
that.
I say, Netflix, it's Jason Bateman.
okay.
Yeah. When I say, it's like one of the top 2 watched things on Netflix right now or whatever. When I say we watched it, I'm going to say that very loosely because every time it comes on, I fall asleep on the couch and Jamie watches the show and then he, says blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was asleep. And so I don't know why it puts me to sleep, but it does. And everybody else is like about it.
Huh. I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
I like Jason Bateman, though.
I know. He's fantastic, and he's got long hair, and he's just a big old screw up in it. And so last night we watched the very last one, and to say that it ends with a bang is the understatement of the century, and I've slept through that whole thing, too. Jamie's like, oh, my God! And I'm like, what? And he's like, you didn't see that, did you? And I'm like, no.
Well, I don't know about you, but I don't watch a lot of TV. But when I sit there, I'm usually doing something else at the same time.
Well, I think that's my problem. I probably need to be, or I just fall asleep.
Yeah, so I'm usually scrolling on my phone or playing a game or crocheting. Or last night I was scrapbooking and watching TV. I gotta be doing something
makes
else
more
at the same
sense.
time. It's kind of like background noise more
It's
than
like
anything else.
you go during the day, and you finally like stop and you sit down, and then it's like done.
Yeah. Otherwise, I probably would just fall asleep. Yeah.
And I feel bad because people call me and they're like, I called you last night at like 8:30 or 9. I'm like, oh yeah, I was asleep on the couch. Sorry. I wasn't ignoring you. I just was not awake.
That's okay. People call me. I don't use my phone for that.
Yeah.
No, I don't talk on my phone.
get it.
That's just not something I do. So.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing. So what else do you have going on in your? Well, Pete Wilson's here early.
I know.
Do you have a lot to talk about, Pete?
There's a few things.
A few things. All right. We love that. So do you have anything else going on?
I'm getting ready for the pumpkin show. It's coming up in like a couple weeks. I'm excited for that.
In Circleville?
Yes.
And so
There's
have
another
you been
one.
before?
Wait a second.
No.
Okay,
I thought
seriously?
I didn't know if you meant like a local like pumpkin something that
No.
was going on.
No, the pumpkin show.
The Circleville Pumpkin Show.
Yes.
I've only been one time to the pumpkin show, and I had a friend that lived here that was from Circleville, so he took me one time up, and we went to the parade. And
It's insane. If you've never
Yeah.
been before, it's insane.
I was
we
shocked.
went last year, and we expected like, I don't know, the size of like the Apple Festival or something like
Which
that.
is huge.
Which is huge. But I mean, this is like insane. Like, I mean,
It's
it
a
just
whole
keeps
other
going. There's like
situation.
streets, and then there's another street, and there's another street, and there's another street, and it just kind of keeps going. And there's every kind of food you could possibly imagine made with pumpkin, and artisans, and music, and community groups, and then more food, and then more food, and
it's awesome.
yeah, no, it was really cool. We went last year for just a couple hours, but we're gonna go back this year. And so it's
Is
pretty
it, when
exciting.
is it?
It
Not
is
this weekend, but, or
the
not.
weekend of the 17th.
Okay.
It's like the 17th, 18th, 19th, something like that.
Helpful hint.
Yeah.
If you're going to Columbus or back on Saturday, take 104. Go around it. Because if not, you will be stuck on the highway
Oh my
for a
gosh.
really long time.
Oh my gosh! So I'll have to come back and say like all the pumpkin stuff that I ate or that I said no, thank you to.
Yeah. I know
Last year
the
there was like a
Queens-
pumpkin burger. Like they
Oh,
mix burger with pumpkin, and I'm like, no.
The Queens were talking about pumpkin nachos, which I thought sounded really interesting.
I wonder what makes it pumpkin
So
nachos.
I don't remember what they said, if it was like pumpkin. I don't remember what they said, but I do remember them talking about that.
Huh. I'll have to
But
look
I
at
do
that.
love me some pumpkin.
So do I. I do.
Like you
I'm
had
a-
asked me my favorite pie, pumpkin.
Yeah.
But I like pumpkin pie with my whipped cream.
Yes, yeah, very much so. And I don't eat the crust either. I only eat the pumpkin goo.
Yeah.
And then the whipped cream. But I made derby pie.
You did?
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to tell you that. So I made derby pie.
Is it so good?
So we had a Kiwanis thing to go to, and we needed to bring a dessert. And Eric, this was like the night before it, and he goes, "Hey, do you have all that stuff in the house to make that pie?" I said, "What pie?" And he said, the pie you were talking about on the air one time. I said, "Yeah, actually I do." And so I threw together a derby pie. It went together really fast. I mean, like, it takes like an hour to cook, but like actually like making it only took like maybe like 5 minutes. And then we took it to Kiwanis, and it was gone. Like, there were all these other options. I had pumpkin. That's what reminded me of it. So I had my first piece of pumpkin pie for the season at the Kiwanis thing.
Good.
And so I was happy. And but the derby pie was just
It's a hit.
gone. And I brought it to Cora too because I wanted to know if it tasted kind of like derby pie. And she said, yeah. So yeah.
Fun fact about derby pie, actually not fun fact, it makes Jen deathly sick. I don't know why. It's whatever the combination of stuff is.
Really?
I cannot eat it. Not good.
Okay, so Cora
I love it. I
Cora
just can't
remembered it
eat
having coconut in it.
No, I think it has a.
But
I don't remember it having coconut.
But the
in it.
recipe that I found did not have coconut in it.
It
And Eric
has
doesn't like coconut, so I didn't put coconut
nuts
in it.
in it.
So it had, it was eggs and vanilla
There's chocolate
and brown sugar and chocolate chips and bourbon and nuts.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
That
much.
sounds
I
right.
think that's pretty much all that went in it, and it kind of makes like a slurry. Put it in the pie
Yeah,
thing,
and then
and they cook it. It's kind of like a custardy kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still. I was surprised because it doesn't call for very much bourbon. It only had like maybe 2 tablespoons of bourbon in the whole pie, but you could still taste the bourbon
Mm-hmm.
in it. So I was shocked on that one. So
There you go.
So
It's good.
it was
I love it.
easy.
I can't eat it. I don't know why. What it is. Go figure.
I don't know. Maybe 'cause it's kind of rich.
I think that's probably what it is. My belly just doesn't like it.
It's kind of rich.
Yeah.
But because I only had a tiny little bit of it because I ate pumpkin pie because I was pretty happy about having pumpkin pie. So pumpkin
Yeah,
pie.
I would never turn down a pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah, and I like sweet
Ever,
potato
ever,
pie
ever.
too. It's like
Yes.
it's like the runner-up kind
Yeah.
of thing
I feel ya.
with the can of whipped cream.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the whole can.
Yeah, the whole can of whipped cream.
Which, by the way, has no carbs in it, which is great.
Oh, isn't that amazing? And it's fat-free too.
I know.
I know.
It's so good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Cheryl, thank you for stopping by to talk
for the
pie
randomness.
today.
For the randomness.
Yes, we love it. I love when Cheryl stops by because it is so random but fun.
We'll have to do pie tasting one day.
We should.
We should totally do that.
Yes, we
We'll-
should.
We'll do pie tasting this month or
Okay,
next month.
we'll wear opposite shirts again.
Yeah.
Pete, do you like our shirts?
Oh, I like that now. Was that planned?
No.
Everything's random.
We are so random when we get together.
That's what makes it so interesting.
That's
But,
right.
but it's a Friday and Pete's not wearing red.
Well, there's a good reason for
Is there a
that.
Okay,
reason
y'all-
why you
y'all
don't
have
have
to share-
red
y'all have
on?
to share-
Because I'm
Yeah,
going
sure.
outside for a swamp dedication. I'm afraid I'll sweat, so the red shirt's
Oh.
got to good for
He's saving his red shirt
Okay.
Right.
for later
There'll-
because he
there'll
has to
be
be
a costume
outside.
change
He-
later on.
okay.
A costume change later.
Okay. There's another one that I would never have thought in my life that there's going to be a swamp dedication.
A swamp dedication.
Okay, I can't wait to hear
Okay.
about this one. So
Would I lie to you?
All right, Pete. Okay, we're going to hear about a swamp dedication here coming up in just a moment. That's so Appalach for you. First, we have a message, and we'll be back with Pete Wilson and some news and about swamps.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
All right, and we are back with Pete Wilson, who does not have his red shirt on because you are having to go outside, and you said that you might sweat and you don't want to ruin your red shirt for tonight.
I wouldn't mind, but maybe some others would.
Maybe a little stinky.
Right. You know, my good friends Dan Morrow and Dan Dobbins, I'm trying to be considerate.
The Dan-Dans.
Exactly. But at 11 a.m. this morning, just a little spoiler alert, that this won't get in the paper till next week because I'll have time to work it up. But didn't have a lot of notice on this, but the Ohio Department of Natural Resources informed us yesterday that Baker Swamp, which has been around forever, it's in Jackson County. Most people don't know that it's there. But
Baker Swamp.
You've heard of the Nature Conservancy. The Nature Conservancy owns that property because it's considered pristine swamp. You know, maybe not like the Everglades, but around here, pristine swamp for the, you know, the flora and the fauna and the nature and all that. And it is being handed over to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Department of Natural Preserves, and it will become the 150th nature preserve in the state of Ohio.
Where is this?
It is in Franklin Township, southern Franklin Township. I had to Google the directions. There's 4 different directions, and they all go zoom, zoom, zoom like that. So I got to figure which way to go. So when I get off the news, that's where I'm heading. And I hope I find it. It's called Baker Swamp.
Okay.
Right. I think that it's. I think that it used to be owned by private owners, of course, but you know it was swampland. And the Nature Conservancy got control of it because they wanted to preserve it. And it's been some time. You don't hear about it very often, but when they do their news releases or they put out their brochures, it's listed as one of their properties. And every now and then they come down and stare at it, you know, because it's nice, you know, from Columbus and those places. And they probably know more about it than the locals here do.
Probably because I've never heard of
Except
it
for the
before.
folks that live out there.
I
But-
didn't know that pristine and swamp went hand in hand. Oh, there it is.
Does that look like a nice swamp there? So.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so.
I've never been there. I'll have a first-hand look myself, but
Well, maybe you'll take a dive in.
None other than Mary Mertz, who is very active as the director of the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. She will be there.
Cool.
And if she will be there, I will be there.
There you go.
So that's newsy. But we'll tell you all about that on Monday.
Okay.
We'll show you pictures. All right, some news to go on, and we need to roll fast here because I've got quite a bit. And we'll probably have some leftover like we usually do, but the leftovers are always good warmed up too. But the... There was a no Derby pie, but news warm up.
True that.
Okay, but there was an accident last night
Oh, no.
in front of the Jackson Square Shopping Center in Manpower Park, out there on the road.
Okay.
You know the traffic light right there, and this happened about 8:02 p.m. There is a scene of some of the it's not a close-up scene of the folks that were hurt there. We usually don't take those kind of pictures, but this was the accident scene, so you can get an idea of where it was. You can see the Kroger fuel station right there, but it was right there at the entrance. And what happened was a man was pushing a woman in a wheelchair crossing at the crosswalk there, going from one side to the other. Now, this is preliminary information from the Jackson police. I don't have the report yet, but they were crossing the street there. There was a vehicle that was at the stoplight there. The stoplight changed from red to green. They did not see the persons who were the wheelchair and the wheelchair pusher. Yeah. They did not see them, and they made contact with them.
Oh no!
They were older folks. I have their names actually. Now the female was Roberta L. Garvey. The male was Cecil A. Garvey, maybe husband wife. I can't say that for sure. But they were hurt. They suffered minor injuries, and they were taken to Holzer Medical Center, Jackson Hospital. The Jackson police are not medical people, but they're used to being on the accident scene. They thought the injuries were minor.
Okay,
now,
thank goodness.
The person who was driving the vehicle, Alan Kuhl, Kuhl, he was cited for failure to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk. They were legally crossing. They were in a crosswalk. It looks like, this is just preliminary information, trying to be careful how much I say, but they had crossed. It was on red, but the light changed while they had just after they entered the crosswalk.
Sure.
And Mr. Kuhl did not see them, and there was contact there. So he didn't run a red light and wasn't reckless, but it just...
It's an accident.
The timing, exactly. So we will have that report, what we know at least, in the Telegram and on our website, thetelegramnews.com. Okay, we had a prominent death that occurred on Wednesday evening away from Jackson County, but this man deserves mention. Jim Riepenhoff, age 78. There is Jim, so well known to a lot of folks in Jackson County. He was a native of Wellston, lived in Jackson County for many years. After he retired, he and his wife Ann relocated to Westerville, where I think they have children and grandchildren, at least one child and then multiple grandchildren. And he had cancer, had battled it, and he died on Wednesday evening. Now, Jim was a county commissioner for 2 terms as a Republican county commissioner. He also, along with his late brother Jay, who we lost not all that long ago, was the co-owner and operator of Riepenhoff's Distributing. And of course, he was involved in many charitable and community things. He ran a tournament for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. He did that single-handedly with some help, I'm sure, but he was the organizing force there. And so Jim was also, above everything else, was just well-known individually. He was involved in so many different things, so many good things. The Catholic Church, the Elks, was a big supporter of the Wellston Golden Rockets there, going up through there. But Jim passed away. They are going to have services. The other thing I needed to say with him, you will remember this because you're old enough, all right? I hate to every now and then remind you of that, but probably the biggest memory of Jim was when the Clydesdales came to the Apple Festival.
Yes.
If there's anything that was close to the Ohio State University man's, it was those big, beautiful horses.
Listen, I, being the former horse queen of 1990,
very true.
Was able, so Jay's daughter.
Just as beautiful as ever, may I say.
Pete, go on. No, Jay's daughter, Dorothy, we used to call her Sissy growing up, right. And I had the privilege of going out and helping.
Take care of them. Okay.
Yeah. When they were getting them out to get them ready for the parade and stuff, I actually got to help with that. And I want to tell you, if there's ever anything that's majestic in the world that I've gotten to see up close and personal, it's a Budweiser Clydesdale.
Oh, and
they were just big old, gentle, giant teddy bears.
That was a special experience with what you got to do.
Oh, it was so much. I'll never forget it.
It was so wonderful seeing them. I mean, right up there with the OSU band as far as highlights of the Apple Festival.
They were, and of course, they're amazing.
Jim and Jay were grand marshals of the Apple Festival that year. And they were able to get them because, they were longtime owner-operators of Riepenhoff Distributing, which is a Budweiser distributorship. And so still you have to pull some strings because I think there's 4 sets of Clydesdales, or there used to be anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know
it's
that
not-
they
it's not
exist anymore.
Right, and they're at different places. No, I haven't seen them in commercials.
It's really sad.
But no, that is a great symbol of the beer, of course. But anyway, Jim Riepenhoff, calling hours, local calling hours, because there will also be some in Columbus or in Westerville, will be Wednesday at the Mayhew Brown Funeral Home, 10 to 12, I think, and then a massive Christian burial at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church at noon. And so we put that on our website and on Facebook last night. Well over 100 comments already, just recognizing Jim Riepenhoff's place in Jackson County and how much he did for them. And the family asked, instead of flowers, make a donation to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. The world had Jerry Lewis through all these years. Jackson County had Jim Riepenhoff as far as Muscular Dystrophy Association goes. All right, last night, we'll tell you more about this on Monday, but at the Wellston City Council meeting last night, Brittany Arthur, who had been the city treasurer, announced her resignation, turned in a letter.
Okay.
And so she was the sitting treasurer. She actually was going to run for re-election this year. She is also withdrawing as a candidate as well.
Okay.
So there will have to be a replacement there as well. She initially was appointed to the position earlier in the year and was running for a full term in the upcoming general election.
Gotcha.
All right, tomorrow is homecoming at Jackson
Oh.
High School, and then it stretches into Saturday with the social dance. But we want to show you those girls who have a chance to be homecoming queen. Okay, those are the seniors and the underclassmen attendants, and let's identify them from the left there. You have sophomore Kaylee Bagan-Beltran, junior Sophie Williams, we know her. She
we
was
do.
second attendant for the Apple Festival. Then the seniors, one of these girls will be queen. You have Emma Carroll, Zoe Irvin, Braylon Brennan, and Kylie Gross. And then on the right end, you have junior Maddie Mercer and freshman Bailey Brown. We will know who the queen is before tonight's football game against Greenfield McLean. I think they're going to crown the queen about 6 o'clock. They'll introduce everybody, a lot of pageantry at the football game.
How
And then
exciting.
they'll have a homecoming dance tomorrow at the high school. So
Do they still do that outside?
no, I don't think they're doing that this time. Let me see what my notes say. The homecoming dance will be on Saturday evening at the Jackson High School Fieldhouse.
Okay.
That really got a lot of attention, but as we know, you never know about the weather.
The weather, yeah.
And then you have to make all those changes so
Although
they
it's
can
going to be,
go inside.
90 degrees tomorrow, and
Right, there's going to have
Nice.
they're going to have a theme of Hollywood homecoming.
fun.
So, no, that sounds like fun. So, congratulations to those girls, because I believe their peers decide who
Yeah.
the homecoming
That means a
candidates
lot.
in attendance are. Okay, everybody is interested in new restaurants, and we got 2 going up on East Main Street, as you know, and we're going to
The
shoot.
battle of the coffee
Right,
shops.
who is going to get done first?
I know. It's
Okay.
like so fun.
All right, throw up those pictures there, Adrian. That is Starbucks. That is going up there on the other side of Casa Grande. Oh,
That's Tim Hortons.
Well, that shows you about where they're at. They're about the same place.
So I did notice that Tim Hortons has the Tyvek on the side there, and Starbucks, last I looked, did not. So
Right.
they have one step.
Okay. Well, anyway, we ought to do a contest on which opens first, and of course they're
We
pretty.
should take
they're
out, like,
pretty,
bets.
They're pretty cagey about it opening. The contractors aren't going to tell you because that's going to be up to the store chain. But
Right.
there is, as you can see, that has come up just since the weekend for Starbucks.
Yes, it has.
And that's farther out there by the other shopping center over there where you go into where Hers Potato Chips is going to
Yep.
be. But that is going up on that side of the road by the McCarty Crossing Shopping
Mm-hmm.
Mall. And of course, Tim Hortons is over there between the Ohio Valley Bank and Bob Evans, just a stone's throw from where we are right now.
Yep.
So we will see what happens. I'm guessing. I'm guessing that it will be. It'll be tough for either of them to open before Christmas, but we will see.
Have any of them given projections?
Well, here's
on...
what they say generally. They say generally it takes those buildings once they start construction, because they're kind of cookie cutters. They're all
Yeah.
built the same way. 90 days But then there's all that installation and decor inside that somebody
Sure.
else does. And then, you got to find people to work.
Workers, training, all
Right,
that stuff. yeah.
exactly. All right, some other quickies. We do want to remind you, a lot of people lose sight of the fact that Columbus Day is a holiday, federally recognized. It is this coming Monday. Not all the governmental offices close, but most of them do.
Okay.
So we have a handy-dandy list that we put in the Telegram. We're putting it in one more time in the Saturday edition. It's posted as well. So governmental offices, most close, but not all. And that does affect usually the garbage collections in those towns as well.
Okay.
So you want to be aware of that. Friday night football is here. We've got, as we said, the Jackson Iron Men at home. I will have the red shirt on in time for that game.
He promises.
The Greenfield McLean Tigers are coming in as our rivals. This will be the second FAC game. That's Frontier Athletic Conference for Jackson. They are hoping to defend their title and win their 4th straight conference title. And so this is the next step in that process. That game, of course, on WKOV 96.7 FM. Also home tonight, the Vinton County Vikings, who won their first game last Friday. They are home against Scioto Northwest. That's a non-conference game. That's on 98.7 FM. Our good friend Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker, who've been doing it almost as long as Dan, and Pete, they will be behind the mics.
Yep.
And then the Wellston Golden Rockets are on the road. We just saw play-by-play man Matt Peterson here in the studio picking up some equipment. He and Nathan Mullahan will be at Nelsonville, York, as the Rockets look for their first conference win against the Nelsonville, York Buckeyes. That's a tough place to play, though. WYPC 1330 AM and 105.3 FM, the FM companion station.
Okay.
And the Oak Hill Oaks, they are home for the 5th week in a row, if you can believe it.
Nice.
And they have drawn the short straw. They get to play the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Yikes.
The undefeated Wheelersburg Pirates, who last Friday, to my surprise and chagrin, took down the Ironton Tigers. Because our Iron Men, who are having a good season, lost to both teams, and Ironton looked far better than Wheelersburg to me, but that's not what happened last Friday night.
Sometimes it's the way the cookie crumbles,
Hey,
you know?
Eye of the Tiger, right? Wheelersburg must have had it instead of Ironton.
Must have.
Because Ironton had thrashed Wheelersburg the last 2 years in a row.
Oh, yeah.
And Wheelersburg doesn't like that. So, they got their revenge. So, anyway, maybe Wheelersburg will, not come in overconfident against the Oaks, because the Oaks played well. They won their first game last Friday against Waverly. But that game, Corey Ruby will be there. That's WCJO 97.7 FM. This home games at Oak Hill, Vinton County, and Jackson will all be video streamed as well on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. And I'll tell you, the productions have been coming along really well lately. Really good camera work. So watch for
Good
that.
deal.
Okay, also in sports, let's clap for Coach Lee Lord and the Jackson boys soccer team. Don't have all the details, but we know this. Word has reached us that they defeated Chillicothe on the road last night 2-0.
Woohoo!
Now, not only did they win the Frontier Athletic Conference Championship, but they won every doggone game, which means
Dang.
they get something called the Gold Ball.
Nice.
All FAC sports teams, if they win the championship and nobody beats them in any game, they get what is called the Gold Ball. And that is Jackson Soccer Boys' first championship since, I think, 2020, and they shared that one with 2 other teams.
That's awesome.
So congratulations
Way to go.
to that team. They've got a couple of non-league games, matches, whatever you call them, and then they'll be in the tournament. All right, let's also give plaudits to Jackson High School girls golfer Aubrey Arnold. She was in the Division I district tournament. There's Aubrey right there. The Division I district tournament yesterday. That was up at Lancaster. Now get this, she's in Division I. Unfortunately, that's the largest schools around.
Yeah.
This isn't just the girls from southeastern Ohio. This is from eastern Ohio and maybe even a little bit central Ohio, so the competition is really tough. How many girls were there? There was, I'm looking here to see how many there were. There were like, let's see here. There were like 40-some girls in that, that competed, and she finished third, and that wasn't good. That wasn't good enough to go to the next level, the state tournament. They only take one.
What?
The top teams go, and then if you're good enough as an individual, you also get to go. And you had to be first place, and she was third out of all those girls. So she had a great career, and I've got to tell you about it. She was a 3-time district qualifier. She was Frontier Athletic Conference Player of the Year for 3 seasons, and she was the conference runner-up for MVP as a freshman. So she has a legacy of being one of the top, if not the top, female golfer from Jackson High School in all of its history.
Very cool.
So,
Congratulations.
I mean, she deserves the attention. Also deserving the attention is Lauren Carper. She is on the Jackson High School girls tennis team. They did not have a great season, but she is doing great. There she is in an action shot. She qualified for the Division II district tournament in the sectional tournament on Tuesday. She advanced to the district tournament, which will be over to High University Athens on Monday.
Okay.
She had to beat some very strong competitors from all over southeastern and southern Ohio on Tuesday to get to there. So congratulations to her. Once again, she will be competing on Monday. All right, let me see if there's anything else I need to tell you for sure. I should say, I've had this through a couple times, we need to tell you because we don't want you to be left out. The Ohilco Society has announced their Ohilco Lights display again over at Pride Park.
Yeah.
And they just opened up earlier this week orders. And you have to do it online, and there is a limited number of trees. They are going to have no more than 100 trees. I think it's an expense thing, it's a supply thing, and a space thing. And so you have to go online, and when they get to 100 trees, that is it. You have to be able to pay at the time that you order. But just go to the Ohilco Society website or the Facebook page, and you'll see the directions. Just click your way and be ready to
That's right.
Be ready to pay electronically. They are, I forget what they call it, but the Ohio Division of Tourism does it. But they have a Christmas lights tour that you can go all over, and Ohilco Lights made that list.
Yes.
So
it is amazing.
We all have all these displays in Jackson, Vinton counties, but Ohilco Lights is the one that I think is the largest.
Yep. Absolutely.
So get busy there if you want a tree there. What a way to generate Christmas spirit and also promote your business, promote a loved one, or just promote Christmas.
You got it.
All right.
All right. Well, Pete, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Hope you find Baker's Swamp.
It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
We'll see. Well, I can't wait to hear about it on Monday. So have a great day, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you right back here first of the week. Bye-bye, everyone.